And now a quick word from our sponsors here at Viral Hip Hop News. Man here from Viral Hip Hop News, letting my people know to go grab this bottle of miracle food right now. ShopADoctor.org put together some of the best ingredients on God's green earth to help your immune system, give you a cleanse and reboot that your body deserves. Don't wait for your miracle. Grab it in Miracle Food right now. Let's go. Go purchase the original crime drama series by Daniel Webb, The House of Lazenberry, The House of Lazenberry 1978, and The House of Lazenberry, A Time to Heal at Archway Publishing or wherever books are sold right now.
Manuscript, man.
Definitely real talk. Let's talk about The Art of War. You guys put that out, and on that thing, you start coming at rappers because at this point, people starting to bite your style, copy, emulate you guys too much. Who are you guys talking about in particular? If you care to put any names out, people that were biting your style back then.
I mean, it was well, first of all, let me say that most of all that shit was industry driven.
Okay.
Like the industry, even to this day, the industry, if somebody come out with a sound that's hot and is working, all they want to do is go sound people that try to sound like what's hot.
Yeah.
That's what industry do. And then they try to pit niggas against each other. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of worked. You know, we went at it with Do or Die. We went at it with 3-6 Mafia, which we all homies now. You know what I'm saying? But at that time, when you got magazines fueling the fire, you got executives that's not trying to be A&Rs, not trying to be original. You know what I'm saying? They all they did was carbon copy. So in the beginning, it was like, okay, we come from an era where beat biters, like, don't say my lines, nigga, don't do my flow. Because, you know, originality was the main thing in hip hop. You know, don't be a beat biter, don't bite my flow. You know what I mean? So in the beginning, it was like, all right, these niggas coming at us, and then you got fans, and you got all these people feeding you negative energy. So we went at it. We went back and forth with niggas in the real way. Come Art of War. You know what I mean? Come to find out, to me, them niggas didn't even sound like us. They was just trying to rap fast, but they don't sound like Bone. You know what I mean? But I never even heard they music before I start retaliating. Things like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just after a while it became, okay, we did something. We made a contribution to the game so deep and so profound that, okay, maybe we should just take this as we should be it was okay, it's a compliment. And that beat biting and all that faded away as we became older and things like that. But in the beginning, we was gung-ho with everything. When you young and you ain't got no guidance, that's what happened, man. We was going at each other's heads. And it got real. Believe that. Them niggas wasn't no hoes and we wasn't no hoes. So it got real a few times.
I want to take this on a deeper level because you said it was more industry driven and they like to create a sound and mimic a sound and then pit people against one another. And we see how much and how great beef sells. It is better, especially in particular in hip hop. They don't do it in country or pop or shit like that. But in hip hop in particular, they market and make so much money off of the beef and the diversity. Talk about that on the deeper level. Do you think that was a plan within music? Because we know who runs the higher up in music to do that to the Black community and do that within hip hop, a culture that they know will be so influential to the world.
Absolutely, man. Well, you know, they've been trying to destroy Black folks since before we were born. We done had a bad rap. They still won't even. They still some folks still won't even recognize how they broke up the family structure of the Black family. You know, from slavery on to the new slavery, from breaking our families up, from sending our uncles and fathers to jail and to military and leaving these kids home with just the mama to raise them and things like that. So we've been under attack as a people, period. You know what I mean? So of course they came, you know, like, okay, Okay, they talking about drugs, so let's promote that. Cause you had all kind of rap. You had conscious raps. You had rap about, you know, conscious rap, street rap, dance rap,
Mhm.
bubblegum. You had it all from the beginning. But for some reason, while as we was coming in the game, the agenda to me was to push, and we fell right into the trap because we was talking about what we was street reporting what was happening in the hood. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, yeah, the agenda was to keep these niggas down, keep these niggas ignorant. You know what I mean? And that was the agenda, which backfired because you had the Master P's and you had the J Princes and the Easy E's and the Russell Simmons, and you know what I'm saying, that was willing to educate and show us how to be entrepreneurs and own our companies. So we eventually figured it out, but their agenda, of course, like the sipping lean, the get drunk, the shoot, the all that. Like, of course, that's why you could put out. I could make a negative statement on the internet right now. We so conditioned. I can
Mhm.
say something negative, and it'll blow up viral. But I could put a quote up. I could put a quote up, or I could put a quote up from the Bible that'll give somebody strength on the inside, and it won't move numbers at all. You know what I mean? So of course I think they had an agenda against us to keep niggas ignorant and all that. Like the industry never played fair. They never wanted to give us our money. We fighting over our masters right now, over 25 years later. They wanted to control and own a man and his creation. So yeah, the industry. I always felt like I was against the industry anyway. It's bone against the machine. That's why we ain't signed to no major. We could be, but why? We got millions of fans, and we don't have to play by their rules.
No doubt, very powerful. And I want to follow up with this question. You guys had 7 straight top 10, records. Do you guys feel like you get the respect you deserve, in hip hop, by the regular people, but even like the new artists? Do you feel like you're appreciated enough, Bone Thugs and Harmony?
I believe these days, from our peers and our younger artists, now we get way more respect than we used to. But I don't think we get the respect that we deserve.
Right.
But if we leave it up to a Wiz Khalifa or just to throw that his name out there because he got tattoos of niggas on his legs. So, but it's a lot more. The ASAP Mob family. They always give up props. So our peers, they recognize the younger generation. My generation wouldn't give us props at all. You feel me? Like they just tried to gloss over us. You never heard us in the top 10 artists. You never seen us on the collages with all the great rappers when artists paint them. They wouldn't recognize, but the younger artists gave us more recognition than our own peers. And I want to say this too. Bone Thugs and Harmony single-handedly contributed more to hip hop than anybody from our genre or after. Because if you listen to these new flows, listen to all these little niggas right now, they all flip flop the flow. They all got cadence to their rap. You know what I'm saying? And not to take nothing away from them because they supposed to take from us and grow and become into their own. You know what I'm saying? Uh, but at the same time, we never got props for bringing a sound to the table that changed hip hop. And we did. All from Mariah Carey to whoever, you name them, from R&B. Shit, we ain't just changed the sound in hip hop. It was R&B too. You know what I'm saying? Like all the R&B, they started when the singers found out they can flow and do that shit like that. They was all doing that. They all sound like Crazy Bone to me, most of them. You know what I'm saying? So no, we didn't get our props. Yes, we do deserve them, and we want our flowers before we had to leave Earth too, man. But our contribution, in my opinion, is that we added a flavor to me. the rap game was still on Atari before Bone Thugs and Harmony came. When Bone Thugs and Harmony came, it became Xbox / PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? We put some shit into the game that made people go to the drawing board and want to be like, oh, I gotta, my raps are boring, because they shit was boring until we came. But not to knock nobody, man, but no, we never got, we don't get our props the way we should. They don't mention Bone Thugs and Harmony in the top 5 or top 10 or top anything. So until we do, we gonna keep going at, or I'm gonna keep going at niggas next.
Right. Yeah. Speaking of that, do you think one group right now that is obvious that they mimic your style was the Migos? Do you think that they should be, you know, give you guys, you know, your flowers, one of the groups for, you know, emulating what you guys put down?
Of course they should give us our flowers. If they came first, I would have gave them their flowers. You know what I'm saying? I had my episode with them, man, that I'm like, as an OG, I wish I wouldn't have said nothing, but you know, I come from a school when niggas start talking crazy and counting my pocket shit, like that had made me mad. And I had got into that beef over something that Busy Bone was going through, and I ended up fighting that battle by myself. But they never really replied, and I'm glad they didn't, because I actually like those dudes. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, they should give us our flowers. Even their own CEOs was like, yeah, when we signed them, they sounded like Bone Thugs and Harmony. And then, you know, when it come to somebody saying that they the greatest group of all time, then, you know, that's just the competitive nature of hip hop. I had to say something at that time, but I don't have no problem with these youngsters, man. Like, I look at my music now. We took so much from Ice Cube and Chuck D and all these different rappers. Like, you know, all the concepts was birthed a generation before us. You know what I mean? We just changed the sound of it, and the new generation changed the concepts and kept the sound. So yeah, they should give us props, man. You know what I mean? That's just only a real one would do. That's just like me saying, oh, fuck NWA. Them niggas ain't, man. How could I disrespect my forefathers? I don't know where that come from.
You know what? I'm glad.
Hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip bars is back. Hip hop, Sam and oh God. What's up with you? I done watched them niggas do interview after interview. They not culture vultures, the culture something they been into. So if you never gave them a view, I recommend you do. Cause when they question guests, they message is not subliminal. It don't matter if you a rookie.